Good morning, I'm Mark Humphries from ABC 7:30, filling in for Mike Bowers. I'm talking pictures this week with someone you can hear on Radio National's Stop Everything and see a whole lot more of in this year's Archibald Prize. It's Benjamin Law.
Hi Mark, how are you going? Do you recognise me by the face alone?
I did not know who you were, I'm sorry, but there he is.
Look, if I do a bit of a pivot,
Hello.
People have seen the Archibalds might be able to recognise me that way.
In the words of Adam Bant, Google it, mate, if you haven't seen it. Now, Ben, of course, it's one thing to go mad with power, but this week we almost went mad without it.
That's true.
David Rowe in the Fin Review has Albanese and Bowen here.
It's a shame to fire up those coal-powered relics.
At least they're reliable. I really feel for governments at the moment because we've got to transition to renewables. That said, if you could fire up those coal-fired power stations, you'd be really doing us a big favour.
That's right. Like, what a last couple of weeks, right, where the national energy market has to be suspended for the first time in history. Just a small little thing like that. So I guess in this transitionary period, we're looking at what's ahead in the future, but also what have the last 10 years been with securing this infrastructure?
Well, good point. Matt Golding has got a lost decade of energy policy greeting cards. Sorry for your loss, commiserations, bereavement, with sympathy. Sometimes words are hard to find.
Hallmark is going to go into overdrive trying to think up of slogans to really describe the last couple of years when it comes to energy policy in this country.
Now, Ben, some politicians like to wrap themselves in the flag, but Greens leader Adam Bant keeping his distance. What did you make of that decision this week?
It's interesting. A lot of people have looked at what the Greens have done this week and called it, empty symbolism, virtue signalling. To that, I would ask, what are flags in the first place, if not symbols? So you've got every party now almost having a major policy about flags. It's almost like we could go to each of the parties' websites and in the drop-down menu, immigration, defence, flags.
Ben, they say money can't buy you love, but in Clive Palmer's case, $100 million of it can get you a seat in the Senate.
That's right. So out of the 76 seats, we've got a new senator in the form of Ralph Babbitt.
Before politics, he was a real estate agent.
Oh,
I know. It's amazing that he's gone from one of the least trusted professions in Australia to one of the other least trusted professions in Australia. He's worked it out. And of course, all thumbs with Craig Kelly. I'm done with the thumbs. I think flags and thumbs, let's get rid of them.
No more opposable digits. That's going to be your policy.
That's it. Matt Golding has Clive Palmer here saying, I spent $100 million on a Senate seat.
Sir, can I interest you in some Sydney Harbour Bridge flags?
Yes. So New South Wales government spending $25 million to put up an Aboriginal flag on the Harbour Bridge. I'd get a second quote. Fiona Katauskas on this topic. You think lettuces are expensive? A single UAP senator cost $100 million.
We're getting to the stage where a single head of iceberg is about to cost $100 million. So praise be to Fiona for connecting those dots for us.
Now, Ben, some exes, they just sort of hang around in your life, but Scott Morrison, he's not one of them. We've got Alan Moyer here with the post-election blues, watching the TV. I miss being able to shout at ScoMo for an hour after dinner. He's keeping a low profile at the moment.
A lot of people have talked about Julia Gillard setting the benchmark for post-prime ministerial career, not really dwelling on her time as Prime Minister. Moving forward, I think Scott Morrison might have one-upped her in just disappearing from public life altogether.
Benjamin Law, what a wonderful guest. Thank you for joining us. Please do the honours.
It's been an honour. Back to you, Spearsy.